Hello and welcome back to my Road to Gold Cap challenge. Last time we started our first character, Delgar, with as a Night Elf Druid, and we leveled up to level 15, and right now we're sitting at 2 hours and 29 minutes played. What we need to do this episode is we need to start selling some of our goods, which we're going to do. We do have some soulbound stuff that we're going to have to get rid of here. So let's go over to the vendor over here. We'll just sell off the soulbound stuff, and then we'll see what we can sell on the auction house. Any of this soulbound? Nope. Okay, I guess we don't have anything soulbound. Okay, that's fine. So what we need to do now is we need to set up some processes in Tradeskillmaster to help us sell these goods in a efficient way, right? So I could just come up to the auction house and I could just do things manually one by one, right? So right now I'm using Tradeskillmaster. I could switch back to the WoW auction and I could say search for Tiger's Eye. I could see that there's 11 of them. That's a band. I can see that there's a bunch, 27 of them selling at 14 gold. I could basically go ahead and I could go ahead and create an auction at 14 gold with my Tiger's Eye, and I could go through each item individually. But that actually takes time, right? And it's going to take us a little bit of time to set stuff up in TSM, and that's what we're going to do. What we need to do is we need to set up groups and some operations, and then what we can do is we can use TSM to automatically post our auctions, cancel our auctions, and sell, buy, everything we can do here in TSM. There's a few settings that I already have in place in here. Tooltip Settings. This is where I can show the different values, right? So I have disenchant value, mill, prospect, transform value, vendor buy and vendor sell price, full inventory, purchase information. So so all of this information is in my tooltip when I scroll over an item. And one of the big ones that you want is min, normal, and max. So depending on which group your item is in and which operation you have set, it's going to give you a min, normal, and max price for that object. Right now, the min price is 128 for small spider legs. And that's because it's in a base group, and the base group is using a default operation. And so it is doing a calculation for us here. But we're going to change it so that everything is no longer in a base group and it's in its own group. And since we're doing herbalism and we have herbs, what we'll do is we'll create a new group and we'll just call this one, we're going to actually call it, we'll just call this herbs. We may separate out the herbs later on into different expansions, but for right now, we just want a group that has our herbs in it, okay? And so to put items in a group, the easiest way to do it is if it's in your inventory. Like Uthroot is a herb. I do want to sell that. I don't want that. Mage Oil, Silverleaf, and Beast Bloom. So those are the herbs that I have. So we'll just add all of them, and it takes them out of the base group now. They're all in the herb group. Now I want to make another group, and what we'll do for this one is we'll call this group Trade Goods. Maybe we'll do Miscellaneous Trade Goods. So this is just going to be a basic group here where we're going to put in things like what is this? Increase physical damage. I don't think I'm going to sell that. I'll probably just use it. Like large venom sacks, light feathers, no mutton chop we're going to sell. Small egg. Do we have any spider? Small spider leg? All spider leg. Alright, so we'll add all those items to our miscellaneous trade goods tab. And so now we have just basically, stuff for cooking and other trade skills all in one. And then I'm going to do another group here And this one I'm just going to call this one newbie gear. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to put all of these items that we have here, novice, put the tribal belt. All right, we'll add all those. So all we have left right now is we've got linen, we've got this red pouch, we've got some other stuff that we're going to sell. We also have this healing potion. I'm going to put the lesser healing potion in with the miscellaneous trade goods, although it's not, just for right now, just to get rid of it. I could sell this, the pouch, but as you can see, it has a pretty low region sale rate of 0.05. And it only sells for, right now it's selling for 10 silver. There's 3 auctions up. I'm just going to hold on to it in my bank. I don't think that this is worth selling. I don't think people are going to buy this. Maybe, but probably not. The Tiger's Eye, I might just do and put in... I could put it in trade goods. I could make another group. Let's make another group. We'll just call this one Gems. And I'll put Tiger's Eye in there for right now. And the rest of this, and Cloth. So we need one more group. And we'll just call this one Cloth. And we'll put in the linen into our Cloth group. So there we go. So right now, the minimum buyout on Cloth is 1 silver. That is really low. Like, look at the region. So the market value is 27 silver. The region market value average is 65, and the region sale average is 90. And right now, the minimum buyout is 1 silver. So that's really low. And the region average daily sold is like 6,000. And so right now, based on our settings, our default settings, it has our price at 12 silver as the minimum, which is still pretty low. But we're going to fix that. So the rest of the stuff we're going to keep. We don't want to put it in anything at the moment, which is fine. We have several groups, which we've set up with various items. And now what we can do is we can set up an operation on how we want these groups to be dealt with. And so for a general operation for our herbs, we don't want to use the default, so we're going to override. And we're going to create a new operation. Okay, and... Let's go here. And we'll go to posting. So I'm going to post for 24 hours. I could do 12, but 12 means that you'll... If I do 12, maybe I'll do 12. I'll do 12 for this right now. 12 just means that I'll end up paying less in auction fees. Because I'm doing herbs, I want to make the post cap 200. I don't need to keep any of my bags, but let's say I was doing crafting operations and I wanted to keep some of it and sell some of it. I could keep a minimum amount in my bags, and I could not post it after certain many times of expiry. So here's where the meat of everything is. This is the default app operation. Okay, and it's pretty complicated. But we don't want it to be this complicated, at least to start. And when you're working with TSM, and I am not an expert, I want to let that go. I am not an expert. When you're working with TSM, basically you want to start simple and then learn and expand. That's the motto. Learn and expand. And experiment, experiment, experiment. So really what I want to do is I don't want any of this. Or not all. I don't want all of this. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of everything. What I want is I want my minimum price to be minimum of DB market. Okay. And so I think we want our minimum to be DB market and 1.5 times vendor sell. So what it's going to do is it's going to look at the DB market. And so the DB market is the market value. Okay. And then 1.5 vendor sell means that whichever is lower, the DB market or the vendor sell, that's your minimum price that's going to come in. Okay. So our maximum price, what we want it to be is we're going to do max DB market. Okay. And then for our normal price, we just want it to be DB market. Okay. And we can basically say 100% DB market. This is an easy way. So we can make it 100% DB market. Right. And here we want it to be here we're going to make it 200% DB market. Okay. And we want our minimum here to be 60% DB market or 1.5 times vendor sell. Okay. So right now, if I use this operation, we're going to rename this. We'll call this 200% DB market. Okay. This is just to give you an idea of what, okay, you're going to end up with a bunch of different operations. So you want to name it in such a way that you understand kind of what this operation is doing. Okay. And so we want to cancel repost to higher and repost threshold 1 gold. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we have an operation now, so we can go back to our groups. And for our herb group, what we're going to do is, oops, I didn't save the name. Okay, fine. Rename this 200% DB market. Okay. Got to press enter. You got to press enter to get that. Okay. So then when we go back to our group, our herb group is now using the 200% DB market. Okay, and so now that we're using the 200% DB market, our minimum price right now is 1 silver. Our normal price is 5 gold, and our max price is 11 gold. Which seems a little weird. And that's because I've screwed up. Let's go, oops, go back here. Let's get rid of vendor sell. We'll do 110% vendor price. Is that it? No. Vendor sell. Okay, and then we'll look again. All right, we'll change. Sorry, that's my problem. It should be max. So we're going to go with the max, whether that is 60% DB market or 110% vendor sell. I could actually change this to 150 just to be larger. Okay, press enter, and then now that should change. Yeah, there we go. So now my minimum is 3 gold. My maximum is 5 gold, 85, my maximum is 11 gold, which is really high because I'm at 200%. And my normal price is 5 gold, which puts me right at the market value. You see 584 is the market value, so that's where it should sit. Right? And so those are all looking relatively good. Right now, it looks like Earthroot is low compared to the market value, but the region sale average is 2 gold, so it's actually higher than the region sale. So we might be a little bit off there, but it looks okay right now. What we'll do is we'll go to cloth and we'll add the same operation. Oops. Go to cloth and we will, pressing the wrong button here. We want to get rid of that. We want to add 200% DB market. And we'll go back. And our cloth right now is 17 silver is our minimum. And right now there is cloth on at 1 silver. So if we were to post, it won't post it because of what we have set for our market here. I'm going to go back to DSM. If I look up linen, okay, somebody must have bought the 1 silver stuff, because right now the minimum buyout is, I guess we just haven't updated. So we just haven't updated since this minimum buyout was there. Somebody must have bought the stuff at 1 silver, because right now the minimum is 12, which puts it right in line with around where we want to be. It's a little bit lower, right? This is like 43% of our normal. There's a lot of it. And we don't have the money right now to buy out all of it, right? Because what I could do is I don't have enough money, right? So I don't have enough money to sort of control the markets at this point. So we kind of just have to live with it and hope that we can come in here and get some sales with our linen. But I guess we'll see. All right. For our gems, I'm going to do the same thing. We'll leave that with the DB market, right? So cloth will be DB market, gems will be DB market, herbs will be DB market, and miscellaneous trade goods will also be DB market. So we'll look and see where we're at here. Miscellaneous trade goods are small egg. So our minimum price right now is 3 gold 24 because the market value is 5. Minimum buyout is saying 1 gold right now. If we actually look at the auction house, we'll see if that is really the case or not. Yeah, so 191 is the minimum buyout here for the small eggs. Again, this is another one of those things that there's only a little bit of them, and we could buy them out, right? And we could post at the higher price. This is something where we can actually afford this. It takes half of our money, but if we buy that commodity out, we can actually come in and we can make a little tiny bit of money. It's our first flip, basically. So we'll grab that. Oops, they call. Where are you over here? Go over there. Okay. So now we have 9 small eggs, but now we'll be able to post here. Our minimum is 324. And we can't buy out these guys. We don't have the money, sadly, at the moment. But so we might just have to post at this price. We'll still make a profit off of what we sold. Ideally, if you could buy this out, then we could come in here and be in better shape. But if we look at the rest of our trade goods, our tiger's eye is looking pretty good. Light feather. Our minimum is 1 silver. And right now it looks like it's selling for 1 silver. Market value right now is 1 silver. So there's 118 on at 1 silver. So we'll basically post at 1 silver and we'll be fine. So everything looks okay. The only other thing that we want to change is for our newbie gear. This stuff all has a low sale rate, as you can see, right? 0.002, 0.004, 0.003. That means that this stuff isn't going to sell very quickly, and the market value is a sort of a 2-week kind of average rather than a longer average. So what we can do... Okay. So for this operation, we're actually going to use the DB region sale average. And I want it to, so I'm going to find the maximum of 80% of the region sale or 200% of the vendor sale. I figure I don't want to sell it if it's, you know, if I'm not able to get 200% vendor sell, then it's probably not worth posting on the auction house, especially with the sale rate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it down here, and then my maximum price here, I'm going to go with we'll do 400%. And here, I don't think I need the vendor sell. We'll just get rid of vendor sell, and we'll just do, I don't need the brackets, but I have a bracket, so I need a bracket. And for this one here, for a normal price, I guess I should leave the vendor sell in here as well, just in case. And for my, oh no, hold on. For my normal price here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it just be 100% DB region sale average. And so if I apply this to my newbie gear group here, right, so I've applied this to my newbie gear group. If I look at my sale right now, the region sale average is 1 gold. But right now, someone is selling it for 389. So this isn't going to work for the tribal belt. If we go over to the beaded cord, the region market average is really low. So we can't actually use the region market average for these right now. It's just not going to work. For some of these, it's really, really low. In the case of novice pants, we would work out okay. Our max price is around 1,000. The minimum right now is at 989. There's 5 auctions of it. The region sale average there works out. All right, so some of this newbie gear isn't going to really work out with the region sale just because of the way that it's looking. But other stuff is sort of okay. Like this right now, there's one auction, someone's selling it for 2,000, and we would put it up for 266. Basically, we would undercut them significantly, which is kind of weird because we're using the region market sale average. Why is it coming in so low? Right, my maximum should be 400% DB region sale average, which, yep, that's 66. So we could do DB region. Wonder if it's market average. Market average. Market average. All right, so if we do that, let me scroll over. Now we're selling it for 2,000 gold is our minimum. So that's really not going to work out for our minimum price. That definitely puts us way off. I guess for right now, we might have to just stick to the DB market because the values are much, much closer to DB market than to the region market. And if we were to go with region market, we're going to be way, way off. So what I'll do for the newbie gear is we'll just see what it looks like if I post override parent operation. We'll just do our DB market. So we're just going to use the one operation for everything here. And so let's just go through the operation again just to make sure that we've got everything that we want in place. We're only using the one operation. We're using the DB market. Right now we have it for 12 hours. The problem is for newbie gear is we don't want a post cap of 200%. So what I'll do is I'm going to delete this one, confirm. What we'll do is we will duplicate this one. We'll make this one a 48-hour, and our post cap will be 1. We'll just let it go longer. And our average should be much, much closer. Yeah, see our low is 232. We're right around where things are at this point, so that should be better. That'll work out for us. And if it's below minimum, we can choose to not post. We can choose to post at minimum price. We can choose to post at maximum price. We can choose to post at normal, or we can ignore. And with ignore auctions below minimum price, what that means is if there are auctions below your minimum price, it's going to ignore it and then post it as if that auction doesn't exist. So it'll post it somewhere in the middle. It's going to use the other auctions to decide on where it's going to basically fall in at. So what we're going to do is we're going to not post these ones. When above maximum, we're going to post at maximum price, which is fine. And same for here, we'll post at maximum price. In this case, if we're below minimum, we can say don't post. We could post at minimum, but we don't want to do that. We'll say, well, don't post for right now, because in that way we can look at our items and see sort of what we want to do going forward. All right, so we have our operations, we have our groups. So now what we can do is we can go in, we want to take the base group off. We're going to do this and, oops, wrong one. Why do I only have herbs and newbie gear? Hold on. Hold on. Oops. Gems has a default. Override parent. EB market. Herb should be in there. Miscellaneous trade good. Okay, override. All right, we just didn't have operations in place. That's why. Okay, all right, now we're good. Okay, so now when we go to post, oh, the other thing we need to do, which I don't have done, we're going to go into our settings and we want to create a macro. We want it to be scroll up, scroll down. I'm using control. We're going to update the existing macro, and that's when I do my post and cancel. I can just use the scroll wheel on my mouse to post and cancel everything. So if I take... Why can't I remove base group? There we go. So we want to post everything, so what we'll do is we'll run a post scan. And it's going to go through all of our groups and use the operations to decide what price to post things at. Okay. And so this one we're posting at normal price. The lesser healing potion we're posting at max. We're undercutting competition, posting at normal, posting at normal, posting at normal. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just post. Everything here looks good. Post all of our stuff. I actually didn't try my macro there. So these three items are below minimum price right now. So, and why did our cloth not post? Okay, so we didn't post cloth. So, let's see. Cloth wasn't in here, so cloth mustn't have had a group attached to it. Okay, that's fine. Go through here and override, add, DB market, add. Okay. So when I do a post scan, linen. Right now, our linen we want to post at 17 silver. It's saying the minimum buyout right now is 1 silver. So we can't post our linen, even though I don't think linen is at 1 silver right now. But it is at 12 silver, which is below our minimum. Our minimum is 17. We can't afford to buy that out. So our only option is to either hold on to the cloth, or we can post it at 12 silver, and we have to do that manually. And it looks like we're going to have to do that for small spider legs too. Right now, our minimum price is 3 gold, 83. But we're not going to worry about that. I'm just going to post these on. So collect max 24. We'll do a 24-hour, and I'll post it at that price. We'll post that on. Large venom sacks here. It's 179 at 2 silver. These sell for 1 silver, 85 copper. That is just, it's not worth it. So we'll vendor it. Small eggs. Right now, the minimum price is 2 gold, 75. We cannot buy them out at the moment. I wish I could, but we can't. So what we'll do is we'll post ours at the minimum price there, because we just need cash, so we're going to do it. I don't really want to post the linen. I might wait on the linen. And this is soul bounce. We'll sell that. Yeah, that's soul bounce. We'll sell that. And physical damage by 1 for 10 minutes. We'll sell that. And soul bounce. We'll sell that. And we'll just sell all this stuff here. All right. All this stuff is soul bound, so we'll sell it. And we're going to hold on to the linen. Once we get some money, we can basically maybe own the markets. But for right now, we're pretty good. So right now we have 16 gold. We have 16 posted auctions for a grand whopping total of 12,000 gold. But that's because we've got a couple of things on there that probably are not going to sell. And they're not going to sell right away. But maybe they will at some point. I'm going to hold on to this bag, small pouch. We've got 16 gold. I'm going to pop my linen in here for now. We will sell it. Let's go ahead. We'll buy. Sure. There we go. So that's how we're going to do our posting. And we can modify our operations and make them more complicated, and we can make our groups more complicated. But now what happens is we can just keep adding to our groups as we get more and more stuff, and we can add to them, and we can put different groups underneath. Like we can separate the cloth into different groups, and you can do different operations with the different groups, and then basically you can post your stuff relatively quickly using the groups that we've created. So let's go ahead quickly and sell this stuff off.
Need help?
Still just at 16 gold. We still got our fishing rod, which is good. And we'll come over here, and there's one other thing we can do before we head out. What we're going to do is we can come back to the browsing, do what's called a vendor search. And what it's going to do is it's going to scan for items that are being sold for less than the cost that you can vendor them for. So you can come in and you can see that there's the vendor sell price here is 15.59, so we can make 29 silver on each one of those, right? This one, the vendor sell price is 7 gold, 50 silver, so we make 50 silver on each one. 7 gold, 50 silver for that. And 2 gold, 27. So it's not a lot of profit in here. This one here is actually pretty good. The vendor sell price is 33. So we don't have enough money for it, though, sadly. So what I can do is I can buy the ones that I can afford. The fiery core here, there's 3. I can make 7 silver a piece on these, so we'll go ahead and we'll buy those. And I can afford these. So we'll just see, we'll just make as much money as we can here. We'll buy these out, buy both of them out. All right, so we're out of money, but we'll see if we can make a little bit of money. I wish I could afford that the other item there. Why is this? These stay over here. That would be nice. Okay, take all our items. And then we can sell these off, and we'll make a little bit of cash. Don't think we can make enough cash off these to buy that other item. It would be nice if I could, because I could make like 8 gold. But so we're not going to make a lot of money doing this, but sometimes you can make, a few gold here, and it's pretty good at the beginning when you're just starting out, because we need as much gold as we can get. We can buy out these, and now we are poor again, but we'll be able to sell them. could see, as you can see, like
You need something?
someone's probably not set up their
Safe.
TSM properly, and so now they're selling stuff below vendor value, or they're just not checking. And it happens all the time. And so you can make a few silvers here and there, but we've made, over a gold. I'm doing that. Problem is I can't afford the one item, sadly. Yeah, this item here nets us a solid 8 gold, but we can't afford it. We can't afford this. We can only buy one at a time. Buy out. Alright, so we can only buy one at a time. Is it worth it? I don't know, but we've already sold our Peace Bloom, so it would be nice to get that money in. It's probably not worth it to do this, but we're kind of desperate for the cash, so...
Be careful.
But right now I'm only gaining a few silver. So it's probably not worth it. The other one that is worth it, if I had the money from my sale, I could basically pick that up for a solid 8 gold profit. Right, these guys here. Wait, rescan. I paused it by accident. Yeah, so the eyeball jelly here is only like a little bit of silver. If I could buy both at once, it would be worth it, but I'm not going to bother. I would definitely buy that, but we can't afford it. We won't get our Peace Bloom sales for a little while. So there you go. So we've set up our groups. We've set up our first set of auctions. We have 19 gold and 43 silver. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head out, and we're going to go get our flight path here. Because we don't want to forget that. Get our flight path here for Stormwind. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to head out and just jump out here. We're going to head to Duskwood, I think. I'm going to stay doing Classic because I want to get my skills up, my Classic Mining and Classic Herbalism up. So I think we're just going to keep leveling in Classic here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to Duskwood. And I'll come back if anything interesting happens. But on my way, I'm just going to gather resources as I go, try and get some flight paths, and see if we can get some more stuff. And maybe we'll do a quick check when I end the episode, and we'll see kind of what we gather on our way. So anyway, I will be back in a moment. Alright, well, this episode is running long, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it here, and I hope you've been enjoying the series so far. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. We'll come back and we'll have some further adventures, further leveling, and we'll see sort of where our gold is at in the future. Until next time, Delgar out.